Hey guys, let's get started in session 1 of SOC 225. For starters, let me apologize about the textbook mishap. I was not aware that we were doing e-text. That was a last minute change from the publisher that I just learned about this weekend. So you'll now see in your class here on the screen information to access your e-text. So the book is electronic, it is not paper. When you go to the bookstore to buy the book, you'll be given a 16-digit access code on your actual printed receipt. And then they will also give you some directions, which I've included here in our Moodle course. So there is access directions. You'll go essentially to this website, the Red Shelf website. You'll put in that PIN number or that access code that is printed off on your receipt from the campus store. And that is how you will return to the book and access it as we go. If you are having trouble with that, there is information in this link for you to reach out to Red Shelf for technical help. So I do apologize for that mishap, and hopefully because we do not have requirements this week in session 1 to use the book, this will give you a little bit of time to make sure that you have your access code and you can access it. You do need access to the textbook. You will not be able to get through this course without it. So go ahead and take the time within the next few days to get that secured and logged into. Okay, we're going to jump right into session 1, and session 1's title is An Introduction to Diversity. And so what we're going to do is we're going to introduce ourselves, and we're going to introduce the thought of what diversity is. And are we aware of the diverse things around us? So you have 3 activities this week. The first is an introduction Padlet on your screen. I'm going to open in a new tab so I can toggle back and forth to show you. So you'll click here on this link, and this is going to take you to a Padlet. If you've never used Padlets before, no worries. They're super simple. It's going to pop up just like this. When you're ready to add your introduction, you'll see the directions say introduce yourself, post a photo of yourself, and tell us a little bit about what makes you, you. So you will use this little plus sign here. It'll turn into a pencil, and you are able to type things here. So I would prefer that when you're typing, you are typing your name here first and last, and then you are going to type information about what makes you unique. So that is the, don't know how to spell unique today. And then here's the button that you can take a photo of yourself if you are using a computer with a webcam, or you can access photos from the device that you're using. Once you're done with that, you're going to hit publish, and it's going to pop right onto our Padlet. So that is step number 1. You'll now see the next activity is a defining diversity organizer, and this is in a template form. So when you click on this, you're going to be prompted to actually see the template, but you're not going to be able to access it. So you are going to make a copy of the activity, and I will make it so where when you click on it, you're going to have a button that says make a copy, and then this will open for you. So here is just a organizer, meaning a visual representation. So here you are going to define diversity in your own words. And remember, this is a college level course. So you're going to need to give me college level material. Okay, so I don't need a 2 or 3 worded definition. I want you to actually spend some time here defining diversity. You can write this in a paragraph form. You can write this in sentence form. Just don't skimp, because this is an assignment that is worth 100 points. So I've got to see that your effort and your content is worthy of that. Then you're going to go in here and you're going to list characteristics of diversity and non-characteristics of diversity. So when you are thinking about diversity, what are you looking for? And this might be different for you than it is for your classmate, and that's totally fine. So I could see here bullets or just a list of words. So this is more defining diversity, and this is more of a characteristic. So I'll give you a example here. A characteristic of diversity for me would mean including others, okay? That would go in a characteristic spot. Non-characteristic for me would be something like prejudice or racism, okay? That is not a characteristic of diversity to me. Now that may be something totally different to you, and so this is going to be very much you and how you view the word diversity. And then here at the bottom, we are going to look for images that display diversity. So if you're looking for something that would represent diversity to you, what does that look like? Now, I can go through the clip art process of Google Docs and put images here, or I can just do a simple Google search. All right, so if I was going to do a Google search, I might actually just Google the term diversity. I'm going to select images here, and I might just take a glance through here. There are lots of things that could jump out to you here, or you can search for actual images. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of peruse through and figure out what images I want to use. Okay, as you can see, I use one term, the word diversity, and wow, there's a ton of images here. Okay, for simplicity's sake, I'm just going to copy one of these and kind of show you how this works. I'm going to go in and paste. All right, and then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to adjust the size because I want to fit in more than one image, okay? And then I would do that for some sort of image that doesn't display diversity. And diversity, I'm going to remind you a lot this semester, is not just dealing with race and the color of people's skin. Diversity deals with all the things that make people different from one another. And so you may want to kind of think internally here, what makes you different from other people? And you may want to find images of that. All right, so let's say you are from another country, or your family of origin is from another country. I may want to Google a image of that country, and I may want to put that there in an image that displays diversity because I am from a different country, or my family has originated from a different country. All right, so I'm looking for 4 to 5 images here that display diversity as you see it, and 4 to 5 images that do not display diversity as you see it. And then finally, I want you to look up how the textbook defines diversity, and I want you to write that verbatim. If you are not able to access the text by the time this assignment is due, you can certainly just look it up through a dictionary. Just make sure you record what dictionary you got that out of or what website you used. However, by the time this activity is due, you are going to need to have access to the text. So I hope that's not a problem. So I hope that activity right there will just be interesting and fun for you to complete and kind of get yourself started thinking about diversity and challenging you to move beyond what oftentimes we think is diversity, which is just what I look like versus what you look like. All right, and then finally, you are going to do a diversity awareness journal. So here, you are going to be asked to complete a questionnaire, and you can do this using what's on your screen and just jotting things down on a piece of paper, or if you want to print this out and actually circle and tally, that's fine as well. But this is just asking you some questions to gauge what your cultural diversity awareness is. And you're gonna do this questionnaire, you're gonna tally it up for yourself, and you're gonna answer some questions about that. So when you are doing journals in this class, I'm gonna actually show you how to do that. I have a very specific format that I want you to follow. So you'll highlight and copy the information or the reflection questions that are between the dotted lines. And then you're going to select this box here, start or edit my journal entry, and that's going to pop up an entry box. You're going to paste, okay? And then this is the correct format for the journal. So question number 1 says, after completing, identify your numeric score in the range you fall into. So you're going to type that answer in for you, and then I want you to change the font color. All right, so this is a trick on your eyes to make sure that students have a chance to double check if they have typed in enough content for an answer here. So you'll see directions say you'll be graded on format, content, and grammar, and more than a sentence or 2 is required for full credit. So you're going to answer these in sentence form, most of them in paragraph form. So good 3 to 4 sentences for each. Obviously, number 1, you're not going to answer in paragraph form. You're identifying your numeric score in the range you fell into, okay? And then you're just going to reflect on these questions and type your input. I want you to know that this course is designed for you to kind of take a deep dive into yourself and learn about diversity as it relates to you, and then how you can be a catalyst for change in the environment around you. So please feel free to be safe with the responses that you type. Hopefully some things in this course are really going to make you go, huh, and challenge some of the thoughts that you previously had. And so please don't think that you can't type something because I'm going to grade you one way or the other. I am not grading you on your opinions and your feelings or how you were brought up or what you were taught to believe. I am simply grading you on the level of your reflection and the content that you answer, okay? So if you feel a certain way, it's totally fine for you to type that. I'm not grading you based upon that. When you're done with this journal, you're going to hit Save Changes, and that's going to submit it to Moodle, and I will be able to see it, all right? That is all the assignments for Session 1. If you have any questions while you're working on Session 1, please don't hesitate to reach out. Send me an email, and I will be happy to either answer via email or set up a time to video chat. Y'all have a fantastic week.